What's up, guys? Chris here from Mainly Mesh. One last elbow pad review for you guys, and we have the brand new STX Surgeon 500 arm guard. So this is something a little new for you guys, right? So the typical elbow pad construction is kind of these two protected segments with a large kind of rounded elbow cap that allows your arm to kind of pivot in between like a ball bearing. Here with the STX Surgeon 500 arm guard, STX went with more of like an armadillo shell, right? So it's 3 tiered layers that all overlap theoretically, so that if your elbow is bent like this, the stick isn't catching at any one point on a down check, right? And it's coming straight through your arm to really deflect all of the energy from that check downward and away from your arm. In theory, I really like this idea, and I think it's something that I love when you see these kind of simple things that you should have seen before, and I just feel like we haven't. I'm sure somebody is going to dig through the archives and find some old pad that does the same thing, but this is the first time I've seen it, and it's a pretty cool thought. So let's take you through it. The Surgeon also used some kind of slightly different materials. So they do, I believe, have kind of they do, I believe, have some HD polymer that they have also on the Stallion 500 line in kind of thinner segments here. They're lower profile, they don't have that same kind of bulk to them, and they're also covered with the fabric as well. So they do have some high def polymer in there. This is just a hard plastic elbow cap up top, and then at the bottom they have kind of two different things. They have the HD polymer section, and then they have kind of this like plastic strike plate along the inside forearm. So if I throw one of these guys on, the first thing that I'm pretty sure about, the straps go the opposite way from your normal stick, and I remember being like, oh, this is kind of weird. Am I putting this on wrong? But I think I have this right. So I might be putting this on the wrong arm, but I think I'm right. So it does have 2 straps, and although you might be worried about these straps coming to the inside, they have this little kind of plastic thingy that won't catch on to anything on your jersey, hopefully. So that was something I was a little worried about, but shouldn't be a big deal. As you can see here, flexibility, pretty darn good. Okay, and they have these kind of thicker strike plates on the inside of the arm, as well as, if you can see here, there's an additional foam padding on the inside forearm, which honestly, as an attackman, I love. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't tell you how many times there'd just be some jerk defenseman, I'd pass the ball and just come down hard with a slap check right across your forearm. You're like, dude, really? So the very least, this should be able to help out with that. And actually, I'd almost like to see, if they wanted to do like a super bulked up version, I'd like to see it across the bicep and down on the forearm too. I think it's really not that thick at all. It also has their little Surgeon Plus logo in there, if you can kind of see it. But it's something that, if you're really looking to be an attackman at an elite level and you're not trying to get those crazy bruises on your forearms, that could be a really nice feature. As far as how this design translates from concept to the field, I think it works okay. My first little issue is this section right here that is holding the middle elbow cap to the top section seems to pull a little bit tight here. So I think they actually could have rounded out this section a little bit more without sacrificing, without exposing the elbow at all. But what that does is, as I'm flexing my arm, it feels like it's almost turning over the whole pad to the right, and that would be an issue for this elbow pad. As you can see, if this were to slide a little bit this way over time, I'm really exposing that elbow, and that's my least favorite thing to happen. When I'm going through a game, it still feels like it's fitting comfortably, but then all of a sudden a check comes down and hits you right on that bone in your elbow. That can be a day ender if you're not careful about it. So that's my only worry, and I feel like they could just kind of tweak a few things geometrically in this elbow pad to really prevent that from happening. But I haven't used this on the field, so I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not. Honestly, I think the toughest sell for me with this pad is the fact that the Stallion line is so good. I love this Stallion line so much that it would be a hard sell to kind of switch me over to this Surgeon line. So I think there's a lot of really cool concepts here. I hope they don't ditch the concept. I think maybe they could kind of marry the two ideas, but I'm just not sold on the 500, the Surgeon 500 over the Stallion 500 right now. So that's about the extent of it for me, guys. I know I didn't go into any crazy depth. Like I said, I still think it's a really great concept, and I'd like to see them pursue it further in the future. But I think you are really going to have to kind of dial in certain geometries to make sure it's as flexible as possible if you're really going to pull this idea off. But thanks so much to STX for letting me try one of these bad boys out. If you'd like to snag a pair, I do really think they're going to be highly protected for the most part, as long as that sliding issue doesn't happen. And they'll definitely offer some more inside forearm protection than the Stallion 500 line will. So if you'd like to snag a pair, click the link on the bio down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Mainly Mesh. Follow me on Twitter at Mainly Mesh. Like, comment, subscribe, the usual. Thanks so much. I will catch you guys next time.